What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to play some Galazeth Prismari in Historic Brawl. This is a commander that came out in the Strixhaven set, so actually quite a few sets ago now. Was an all-star. This was an all-star when Historic Brawl originally became a format on Arena. It was like if I remember correctly, it was like a temporary format that they only did for like a month, and they took it away. And this was like the best commander at the time. And then they made Historic Brawl a permanent queue, and it kind of got lost in the wash. Still a very good Izzet commander. So it's a 4 mana, 2 generic Izzet, 3/4 Elder Dragon. That's flying. When Galazeth Prismari enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. So that's good. Just entering the battlefield ramps us. But then, artifacts you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast instant and sorcery spells. So all of our artifacts become basically mana rocks. And the thing that people don't catch right away is that, treasures, obviously you sack them to add a mana of any color, but when Galazeth Prismari is in the battlefield, your treasures don't have to sack themselves. They can stay on the battlefield. All you have to do is tap them, because it says tap, add 1 mana of any color. Not tap and sacrifice, just tap. So you actually get to turn your treasures into permanent mana rocks, as well as any other artifact you have on the battlefield. So of course we have a lot of little 1 mana artifacts that are, they have a bunch of different utilities. Shadowspear, Soul Guide Lantern, Exile Graveyard, Springleaf Drum, Ramp, Aether Spellbomb. Maybe you want to draw a card, maybe you want to bounce someone's creature. Ornithopter, 0 mana. Mox Amber, 0 mana. Mishra's Bauble, 0 mana. We have all these artifacts so that when Galazeth Prismari comes down, we just instantly gain a ton of mana. Now, we can only spend it on instants and sorcery spells, but we have tons of instants and sorceries that, essentially can take over the game, as well as other card draw and things like Magma Opus, extra turn spells. And then to top it all off, we have Paradox Engine, which I know people are Paradox Engine is a very polarizing card, but in this deck it's very good because, again, we're not just putting this card in here because it's like a staple for infinite combos. It really does work with the deck because we have so many artifacts that are mana rocks. Every time we cast a spell, it untaps all of our mana rocks, right? So let's see if we can make this Izzet artifact big mana deck work in modern Historic Brawl. Like I said, it was an all-star at one point, and it's kind of been forgotten about. So let's see. Let's see if it's still got the juice. I did play a couple warm-up games with this, and it did very well. So I'm hoping I can replicate that while I'm recording. You never know. Okay, tough opponent to start off. Really tough. We have no blue source except for Ornithopter. And they could remove it. We do have Ramp and a way to scry and draw cards eventually. We probably have time against this deck because they need to color fix for the first couple of turns. So let's keep, and we go first. So let's try. This is just a tough deck for Izzet to play against. Not a lot of enchantment removal in Izzet colors, if any. They're mulling down to... Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's just skip. I'm happy I didn't have to play that deck, but I'm not happy that we had to waste time there. Yeah, sure, I'll take the coins, thanks. I need them packs. Let's see who we get next. I'm assuming because we went against Prismatic Bridge right off the bat that Galazeth Prismari is still in Hell Queue, but I don't know, honestly. I literally haven't seen anyone play this deck in a year or more. I haven't played any opponents playing is what I mean. So if it is in Hell Queue, I just have, never, seen it in the last year of playing Historic Brawl. But we'll see. That is, if we can find another opponent. So, let me take this time to just say, if you like this kind of content, you like historic Brawl content, you like, you know, trying to optimize decks, talking about strategies and stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to pump out a video, you know, every day, talking about different decks, different styles of play, you know, eventually talk about different formats too, like Commander and even some of the other arena formats if we get there. I'm trying to grow the channel, so if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. We're going against Omnath. Yeah, this has to be a Hell Q commander. I mean, we just went against 2 Hell Q commanders, so I think Galazeth is squarely in the Hell Q. Memory Lapse is good. We only have 1 Snowman, so Graven Lore is kind of meh. Lorien Reveal can get us our red source. And we have Lofty Denial too. Okay, let's try this. They go first, which is a bummer, but let's try. Depending on how hard they ramp, you might just have to hold up one of these on 2 mana. Let's get our blue source down. We're probably going to island cycle this on their end step. We'll put a little stop. Arena's a lot better than it used to be. Sometimes it would skip this even if you had a play to make. So I always just had a habit put the stop so that it can't screw me over. See, now it has to stop where I put the stop so we can... Hello, mouse? There we go. We can island cycle this real quick once we get a red source. Uh-huh. Did I... Oh, no, there it is. I was going to say, did I not put a dual land in here? That would have been funny. There it is. My turn. So they have green, white, and white. So they do not have all the colors they need. So I feel okay doing it like this. I don't think they can get Omnath. They need 5 mana, first of all, and then they also are missing 2 of their colors. This is kind of an awkward... I built an Omnath deck. You can check it out. It's like 5 or 10 videos back. I would not put this in the deck. That is way too narrow. There's so many great green, like, land ramp cards, and you want landfall triggers anyway, so why would you put a mana dork in? This makes sense. This does not. Okay, so let's do this so that we can get Brawl down and hold up a mana or a counterspell. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll pass. So now we have both of our counterspells. Resolve. So now they gain life every time they do a land drop. They can do multiple land drops a turn. They're going to gain a ton of life anyway because this deck, the first land drop ability of Omnath gains them 4 life. They're going to sack their own land to draw. Bizarre. I don't know about that one, opponent. You need a lot of lands in this deck. I don't mean to criticize the opponent. I'm just trying to get in their head. I'm trying to figure out the reason I'm talking about it. I'm not trying to criticize them. I'm trying to figure out what they have in their hand. I'm talking out loud to try to, you know, their hand must not be very good if they're sacking a land, going down lands to draw cards, right? So we could play Galazeth and this land, and we would have counter magic up. So, right? No, we would not. Yes, we would, because of Brawl. And it's instance and sorcery spells, right? And these are instance and sorcery. I'm just triple checking here. We'd actually have 2 decline. We want it as a mana rock. We'd actually have 2 counter spells up. We can attack with Brawl. Doesn't do anything though. They can just block it. Okay. Pass. We have Paradox Engine. Okay. Land. That's a good land for them. Are they going to pass the turn? They have no mana. No, they have this. But we have a flying creature. So let's use that while we have the flying creature. And then Brawl is going to trigger. Take action. I think we're past the point of this being important. I think we'd rather have the land. It's a snow instant. We only have 1 snow land though. Right? Yeah. This is a sorcery. So we can do this. Add red. Do it like this. Let's get rid of memory lapse. Okay. Crackle with power is pretty good. This is a snow instant. This is... If we play this, we have to sack a mana source. And I don't really want to do that. So let's attack. And let's pass. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They need 7 mana. Cast their commander, so it looks like it's not coming back this turn. That's a good card for them. Yeah. But at least they're not getting these landfall triggers with Omnath out. This deck is very explosive if Omnath is on the battlefield. They're going to get a bunch of life. Right now we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So we could Crackle with power and probably kill their whole board. Because it's 3 targets, right? Oh, it's X targets. Okay, well. We might want to save that then. Because we could probably just clear their board and burn them out. Yeah, again, I mean, they're ramping a lot, but I'm glad all these triggers are happening when they don't have Omnath out. Omnath do a bunch of damage to us, gain them a bunch of life, and give them mana back. So I'm glad that they're sort of emptying their hand without Omnath on the battlefield. They could attack if they want, get 1 damage in and lose a creature. But I don't think they want to do that. Okay. So I always tap these first because you just never know. I'm only going to be able to scry 1 here, but I'll still be able to draw 3 cards. Done. Draw 3. Negates. Good. What are we putting back? We could put back this land and this Soul Guide Lantern. Those. Actually, we could put back both these lands. And we could shuffle away the land with the Fable Passage if we want. So let's do it like that. Play the Fable Passage. I'm not sure yet if I want to actually shuffle the land away because we do need the land. We could play Paradox Engine and start the whole machine, but I feel like getting more mana first would be better. Right, because we could do this, tap all our mana, then play Soul Guide Lantern, get all of it back. Let's get more treasures before we do that. So red, colorless. Probably getting rid of the Soul Guide Lantern, right? Just, yeah, that was a good draw. Now we can play the Paradox Engine and play the One Ring, but we have to sack treasures to do that. Activate this. I think we need more red sources. Although we have a red in our hand, so let's just get a blue source. We could play the One Ring, but then we gotta sack all of our treasures, which is not really where we want to be. And we can also just Mystical Dispute their commander if they try to play it again. So I think we wait one turn. We've set up rather nicely. Let's wait one turn to do anything else. If we played the One Ring, we wouldn't have mana. Or I guess we would because this taps for... I forgot that this also makes these tap for mana. But that's okay, that's okay. Sure. I guess they're not playing Omnath this turn. Well, we could just Mystical Dispute that because they can't pay... can't pay the mana. And we get to loot. Take action. Let's get rid of this land, right? Because now we have all this mana. Yeah. Resolve. Gain a bunch of life. Resolve. I gotta remember this deck also makes all artifacts into mana rocks, not just treasures. Okay. They're empty-handed. Getting rid of this would be a priority for sure. Is it 3 damage or is it 2 damage? 2 damage any target. Let's just do this now. I should have done it earlier, but let's just do it now. Let's just stop the train. Okay, that's a good draw. Let's... How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13. So 13 minus 2 is 11. The closest would be 9, so 3. So we could do 15 damage to 3 targets. Is it worth blowing up their whole board? We could Expressive Iteration. Let's do that. Let's add red, red, blue, 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 red, blue, Expressive Iteration, and tap all of our mana rocks. Put one of them to your hand. Library, exile. Then let's Red. Red. The freaking thing is gonna make us time out. Oh, he took all our mana. God, I hate the freaking timeout thing on this. Like I'm doing game actions. Like you don't have to take away my mana. Come on. Like they gotta fix that, because if you're taking game actions, you shouldn't be on the timer like that. It's just messed up. Okay, let's just choose all modes of this. Why not? 2 target creatures. Let's return Mewtwo. Target player. Done. This ends up being basically 0 mana. Oh, I should have tapped everything first. Blue. Blue. Red. Come on. How fast can we click? Red. Red. Blue. Damage. Oh, Arena! Arena! So stupid. What does this do? Destroy artifact? What does this turn this into? A giant creature? Okay. Sure. They're gonna make a giant creature. They're gonna make it 12/12. Okay. They're gonna attack with the 12/12. Sure. I block. Resolve. This only has 2 damage, right? Okay. Any of these artifacts? No. Can't do anything about that. I feel like Wizards really sped up the timer. I mean, maybe they had a lot of people rotating throughout, but it makes it really hard to do combo plays. Resolve all. Maybe we should have exiled their graveyard now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well. This has reach too, so we can't attack him. Uh-huh. My turn. Gain a life, disdainful stroke, that's great. Okay, so. Let's try to do it. Okay. Oh my goodness. No, don't do it to me. There's so much. Let's just do 5, 6. Ah! God damn it. No attacks. Dude, arena. Okay. Let's just do this. Gain protection from everything. Let's do this. Let's keep up negate and disdainful stroke. I guess let's draw a card. Not coming. Okay. End turn. Jesus. I can't click fast enough to create enough mana to crackle with power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have enough to, almost have enough to do 5. Disdainful stroke. We get another One Ring trigger, so that's cool. I see, they're gonna Cryptic Caves again. Draw another card. Take action. I guess we do need the mana, huh? Negate's probably not that relevant. I have another counter too. Okay, we're just gonna keep ramping. Seven, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. So we can do 25 damage to 5 targets. I think we just gotta do that next turn. Reclamation. Or Evolution Sage, not Reclamation Sage. Proliferate. Okay. In with the 5/7. Can we do it? Can we do it? Don't you dare start timing me out, game. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's... Oh god, timer. Okay, we don't have time. Okay, so 25 minus 2 is 23. 3 divisible is 21, so 7. Yep. Okay. I would really love to have enough time to take full advantage of all of this mana I have, but I really just don't. Yeah, I just don't. We'll have to wait. End turn. We have the saw it coming up. Seiju. I mean, oh, it's a channel ability, so I can't get around it. Can't get around it, right? So it gets blown up no matter what, I think. Let's see if we can draw a solution. Maybe I have a counter that gets rid of activated abilities. I have Blue Sun Zenith. Do I have any other spell that I can play in response? I can. Oh my god. Wait, let's just undo. Z. Resolve. I could have untapped this, but take action. It's all good. Let's get another blue into play. Freaking timer is gonna give me a stroke. It didn't even let me respond to that, even though I had plays. See, it's not letting me respond, even though I have plays. So dumb. Arena, you're making me lose this game. I honestly feel like quitting this game because of how in hand I had it, and because of the timeout screwing me over. I'm actually probably gonna lose now. But you can, at least you can see how crazy the deck can get, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can do this for 5. Well, we could have done it for more. Oh well. You. My goodness. Burn down the house? Yeah? Some of the stuff out of our hand because we don't have no max hand size. Founding Conundrum really messes them up too. Draw 4 cards. We still. I just want to make sure we have enough to Sublime Epiphany or counter something. I guess we're not going to Sublime Epiphany this turn. We don't want to do that. We can foretell this. We know that we have a... Next, let's try to get a timeout back. Down to 49. This gives us a treasure, so let's do it. Let's put this land back in. Oh, we can get the Paradox Engine back. That makes me feel better. End turn. Oh, do we have max hands? No max hand size? Wait, what? What? Oh, we do. We have the Reliquary Tower. Nice. There's so much going on, I can't even keep track of it all. At this point, I think we just counter everything they do, right? I mean... Oh, I didn't even think about that. The Mirror Shield counts as a mana rock on this thing too. Gaining a life. Uh-huh. Up to 50. They have to put it back. We really want to bounce this thing if possible. Resolve. Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's make sure we don't deck ourselves. Oh, we can Narset wheel them. Let's do that. My turn. Sure. Narset.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
Wait, cancel. No, we'll do that on their turn. Yes.
I have just the trick for this.
I guess this, just in case they rebuild their board. We'll pass. I forgot to tack in. It's okay. And how long has this game gone on for? Probably way longer than it needed to because of the freaking timeouts. But we're back on track. We got a timeout back too. Can't really complain. Let's Epiphany here. Counter spell. Yep. Let's choose all modes. Counterspell, target non-land permanent. You, target creature you control. It doesn't matter because they're both legendary. Target player. Okay. Our hand is full of counter spells. Niv-Mizzet is going to have to be our win con. They're at a ton of life. I really wanted to bounce this thing, but choose any target, your face. Okay. Down to 49. I don't think we have enough cards taken on deck to do enough damage to them. Okay, thank goodness they just scoop it up. Oh my god, sorry you had to watch that. That was painful. Yeah, it was going to be, I mean, we were in control of that game, but it was going to be quite the process to make sure that we actually won and didn't deck ourselves first. Woo! Okay. Well, as you can see, this deck gets pretty crazy. I will try to be better about not taking so much time on my turns, because we want the Paradox Engine Crackle with, we had the Paradox Engine Crackle with power combo. We could have gotten that off a couple of times. Maybe I'm just that bad of a decision maker. It's probably what it was. A lot of counter spell against Nicol Bolas, so these are good. I think we keep this hand. You get to go first too. Let's play the tap land. These are both, but these are both tap lands, but it's okay. We just need to get to counter magic level. Yes, go ahead and take one, opponent. Which counter spell would you like to take? Yeah, it's probably smart. Okay, so let's get this down. Springleaf Drum. Okay. We need a lot of blue sources, so we're gonna do it like this. Would you like to counter my mana rock? Nope. Okay, that's a counter spell that you can't take out of my hand now. Okay. That's good, because now we can Galazeth and have counter magic up. I was just hoping they didn't have a wash away with the 1 mana. Okay. They don't have triple black, so they can't Nicol Bolas. They're probably going to try to remove my commander, Ashiok. Yeah. Part of me doesn't care if we foretell this because it's the same amount of mana, but the other part of me is like, they have cards like Duress, so let's not take the chance. If we foretell it, then they can't get it out of our hand. It's permanently in exile. So why don't we do it like tap you or blue, tap you for blue, foretell, end turn. So they're trying to get the counter spells out of our hand, which is fine. Prismari Command. If they -3 on our commander, we can kill it with Bone Crusher. These are all instant speed spells, so let's just pass. They don't have a third black source, so they're still stuck. Let's try to Behold. See if they respond. Jawari Disruption. Probably not good anymore. We'll take the land. Okay, 2 lands, not awesome. I'm gonna kind of want to save these for Nicol Bolas if it ever comes down, because, well, if it comes down, they have to get rid of this. I don't want to tap out too far. So let's do it like that. That way we still have mana up. And we'll go to my turn. Lots of land. But we can loot those away. Let's get you down. They have some kind of interaction. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 left over. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, Control Z. Let's use these, because there's more restriction on how we use them. Destroy target artifact. Yeah. Target player. Target artifact. Because right now this is their second black source. Essence Scouter doesn't do it. So let's get rid of the 2 lands that don't do anything. They can. Let's put it back in the command zone, because they could commit on their turn and shuffle away my commander if they have the land.
I'm always will make this
Good. Okay.
I know
So now
who
you're
I
at
am.
6. Okay, we can do this and turn back on our mana rocks. If we get it down to 2, then what? Then they can scry 1 and then draw a card still. That's where we want to be. So this is Grixis Planeswalkers. Draw a
I
card. Yep.
think I know what to do.
I thought they might -2 to put one of these back in my hand, but that's not really a great play. Because then this comes down at 4 mana, and this gets to do the 2 damage effect again. And they would lose their Planeswalker. So it's probably correct for them to try to draw. They could Memory. So they could destroy a creature here.
Bow before Nicole Bolas.
Or they could, what's the other effect?
Defiance has consequence.
So I could just kill their Bolas. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this could give me red. So we could basically tap out and then have 3 mana with Galazeth back. Then they could return it to our hand. Let's get Bolas off the battlefield.
Will be painful.
Why don't we... Pirate's Pillage, get some more mana rocks. The Essence Scatter is probably not good in this matchup. That's good for later. And we'll pass. They could minus Jace. I don't think they want to put 7 fresh cards in my hand. I think they're very worried about doing that. They could replay Nicol Bolas at the risk of it dying again. Agonizing Remorse. We could do this. Look at the top 6. Auto pay. We don't have enough to Sublime Epiphany. But we do have enough to... We could just... Yeah, that's too bad. God, in the top 6 we didn't have a single counter spell? That's rough. We could grab this. We don't have enough mana to do anything about it. We could draw 2 cards, but we lose our mana rocks. I don't know what's right here. I guess we'll just resolve this, because they can only choose 1. Okay, makes sense. They can't replay Bolas this turn now. Anger the Gods. 3 damage to each creature. Resolve. Okay. Board's clear. We will pass because this wouldn't do anything. My turn. Brainstorm. It's a good draw. We can do this and lose a... well, we get the treasure back, so we'd still have 4 mana. We can still do that play after we brainstorm, so why don't we brainstorm? Those are good cards. Put 2 of them back. Probably you and you. Submit 2. Oop, like that. Draw 4. It's a sorcery, so we gotta do it on our turn. Lands? Really? Okay. That's a good land to have, though. Okay. I mean, this does draw us a card. How important is that? I guess right now, somewhat important. It's too bad this isn't an artifact. Sweet. I mean, I might have to just do this, but let's wait. Let's counter their next play. They're gonna want to play Bolas again. They always do.
I am who I choose to be.
They might have counter magic of their own. I don't know what kind of deck they're playing. They could Memory here. Thought Erasure. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't replay Bolas. So let's just do this. We lose our treasures, but it is what it is. I'd rather them not know our hand. I mean, they probably would have just taken the counter spell, but I'd rather them not know our hand. Wait, what? How did they... How did they have enough? I guess I miscounted.
Will be your
Exile, yeah, just exile this land.
You have no
Paradox
weakness I cannot exploit.
Okay, they don't really have an answer for Paradox Engine, but we don't really have anything to do with it. I guess we... play it anyway, because they're tapped out. And then we Valakut. And we untap our non-land permanents. And we can play you. And we don't have enough for the One Ring. So they're gonna make us discard. Yeah, we lose the One Ring. Oh, no, we can choose a permanent. Let's get rid of you. You matter the least in this matchup. This could get us back in the game.
Of my power.
I don't think they're going to want a Memory, so we'll probably keep the One Ring. Lantern. Okay. How much would this give us? We would get a treasure 1, and we'd untap all of our non-land permanents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the treasure that comes in. So we'd have enough to play the One Ring. And have... Is this... That's -8. This is a -8 as well. Let's pass. They have some type of interaction. Alright. I mean, if they counter this, we're out of the game anyway, so... Okay, I guess not. That's good. Let's draw some cards. Draw a card, I guess. Shatterskull Smashing's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be good. We don't have enough to Shatterskull Smashing, so we'll end our turn. It has hexproof, so now they have a 4/5 they gotta deal with. And then maybe we can sneak in Shatterskull Smashing. They're gonna scry 2. We have protection as well. Next turn we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Non-land permanent. Oh, a permanent we control. Our lands matter less now, so let's just get rid of one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I think I know what
8,
to do.
9, 10. So we can do this for 8. We just need to make sure that we do this for 6. Because once it's 6 or more, it deals twice that damage. And they're at a low life total. Which ultimate is worse? Okay, that's pretty bad. Yeah, they're the same ones. Each creature gets -X, -X. So it gets -5, -5. Okay. Let's submit 1. Let's draw some cards. It's gonna die anyway. Mortal Sun? Ooh. Okay. That's pretty good. Now they could have... We have a counterspell though. Let's go through. It seems like they have interaction for something, but I feel like if they had artifact removal, they would have removed the Paradox Engine. So let's do the thing. I mean, they have to have a counterspell, right? I mean, it's Grixis. But we have a counterspell for their counterspell. Nope. Womp womp. Okay, we have a counter spell for whatever they do next turn. And we can also activate the One Ring. So let's end our turn. If you're not familiar with this artifact, it turns off planeswalkers. They can't activate loyalty abilities. It also buffs our creatures. Spells we cast cost 1 less to cast, and we draw an extra card each turn. So what they're doing right now is they're digging for artifact removal. Because their whole deck is turned off by this card. Yeah! Oh my goodness. Stressful. Stressful. Alright, so that was Galazeth Prismari. That's a mouthful. Galazeth Prismari in Historic Brawl. If you like those games, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Mean a lot to me. Let's look at the deck. Let's look at the individual pieces, because we kind of did a quick overview. Now that we got to see some games, we can kind of talk about the pieces a little bit more. Paradox Engine, obviously a huge component to the deck. Really hard to play in Arena because the timeout. They've sped up like the timeouts. I'm not saying that right, but I know you know what I mean. You have less time to make your decisions, and especially if you're playing a combo deck or you're trying to do a combo turn, they don't, even if you're clicking your pieces and you're doing interaction, it still makes your timer go, which is really bizarre. So just something to be aware of. Try to have a bunch of timeouts before you do your combo turn, essentially. Something I learned today. But yeah, obviously once Galazeth's down and we have counter magic backup, or we have, you know, one of our ways to give it hexproof, Giant's Amulet, you know, or Swiftfoot Boots, it's really hard for the opponent to deal with this creature. We didn't even get to some of our other fun stuff like Magic Mirror. We didn't get to cast Magma Opus, but you can see this deck gets a ton of mana, and you can do all of your fun Izzet stuff once you have all that mana. I do recommend having pieces like, you know, sort of artifact staples like the One Ring. Obviously, amazing card, but it also becomes a mana rock with Galazeth. Paradox Engine, if you don't like Paradox Engine, you don't have to play it, right? But it makes the deck better, so it's definitely something you should consider. And the Immortal Sun. This was a late add for me, and I was debating whether to put it in, because it is 6 mana, but this deck makes so much mana, even though it's not an instant or sorcery, this deck makes so much mana that you can cast the Immortal Sun with your regular mana from your lands and still have a ton of mana left over. So I highly recommend it, because Izzet doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with like a Planeswalker deck. So this is a great way to not only have a mana rock, because this, you know, Galazeth turns this into a mana rock, but a great way to shut off other opponents' Planeswalker decks. So yeah, that's the deck. If you like the video, like I said, please subscribe, leave a comment. How would you have built this deck? Let me know in the comments. Let me know all the misplays I did. I'm sure I made a bunch of misplays. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.